Is it Manchester United's time? Are we finally there? For over a decade, the question has hung heavy in the air, a burden and a dream. Are Manchester United back? We've seen false dawns, fleeting moments of hope, only to be crushed by the relentless reality of modern football. But something is fundamentally different this season. The air around Old Trafford doesn't just feel optimistic, it feels charged. It feels dangerous.
No, that is the goal. Be naive is to think that we are going to do this season or are going to be the best contender for the next season. So I know that is in this moment everybody knows everything. So I know that, and this is really easy. I was a pundit when I finished my career, so I know it's really easy. Our goal is to win the Premier League. Maybe it's not with me, but our goal as a club, the board, is winning the Premier League like we did in the past with all the great glories and the legends of this club. And we want to do better, and we know that we are in the difficult moment. And I'm not naive. That's why I'm here coaching at 40 years old the Manchester United.
Just a few months ago, the idea of the Premier League trophy heading back to Manchester, the red half of Manchester, seemed like pure fantasy. Yet, under the quiet, tactical revolution led by Ruben Amorim, this team is no longer merely fighting for a top 4 spot. They are not just enjoying a mini resurgence. They are playing the best, most cohesive football of the entire post-Sir Alex Ferguson era.
Manchester United starting to click under Ruben Amorim. 3 wins out of 3. Having seen off Sunderland before the international break, winning at Anfield and then blowing away Brighton last night. And they certainly did blow them away at one stage, 3-0 up before they let them back in. And they needed Mbeumo's late strike just to ease the tensions. But really interesting to see some partnerships clicking and developing, particularly at the top end of the pitch, with big investments, Cunha and Mbeumo and Šeško all starting together at Old Trafford for the first time. And you saw the potential there. The quality is obvious from Mbeumo and Cunha. Šeško still has a bit to do, but it looks like those relationships are starting to develop, which is absolutely huge for Manchester United. And tactically, some interesting tweaks from Ruben Amorim, seeing Luke Shaw pushing into midfield, Cunha and Mbeumo both being tasked with working back as well as getting forward at every opportunity. Bruno Fernandes and Casemiro playing higher in midfield as well. The signs are really good. So now 2 away games before the international break. They go to Forest in their next match, and that is going to be a challenge, a very different tactical challenge as well. But the belief is starting to grow at Old Trafford. You heard from Sir Jim Ratcliffe a couple of weeks ago saying Ruben Amorim has got 3 years to prove himself. Well, it looks like that has just calmed everybody down around Old Trafford. And the future is starting to look an awful lot brighter.
And they have emerged as the genuine, undeniable, surprise Premier League title challengers this season. This is more than a moment. This is a movement. We're breaking down non-negotiable reasons why the Red Devils are poised to shock the world and claim the Premier League title this year. The first and most crucial element is the man in the dugout, Ruben Amorim. His arrival wasn't met with the same fanfare as some of his more bombastic predecessors, but his impact has been seismic. Amorim didn't just inherit a squad. He inherited a culture of inconsistency and tactical drift. His solution? A rigid, yet fluid, 3-4-3 formation. A system built on control, high pressing, and explosive vertical transitions. This isn't just about shuffling players, it's about tactical clarity that was sorely lacking. Every player knows their role, their passing lanes, and their pressing triggers. The switch to a back 3 has instantly provided a structural security blanket, allowing the wingbacks to push high and provide the attacking width. Crucially, this system maximizes the talents of players who had previously looked lost. It's a Portuguese blueprint that brought Sporting CP titles, and now it's delivering results against the Premier League elite. The confidence to deploy this complex system and the team's rapid adaptation to it is the single biggest sign that United's mentality has shifted from managing crisis to demanding dominance. Amorim himself set an ambitious long-term goal for the club: but his accelerating progress suggests the title can be delivered 2 years ahead of that schedule. He has instilled a deep belief, not through grand speeches, but through repeatable, effective, tactical patterns. A title challenge requires a talisman, but a dynasty requires a dynamic partnership. Look no further than the electrifying and slightly unexpected combination of Ruben Mbeumo and Amad Diallo. When Mbeumo arrived for a significant fee last summer, following his 20-goal season at Brentford, many wondered where Amad, who was arguably the second-best player the previous year, would fit in. There were understandable early teething problems. Amorim's solution has been a stroke of genius, turning a potential selection headache into a lethal duo. Amad has embraced a demanding new role as the right wing-back in the 3-4-3, with Mbeumo playing ahead of him as one of the two number 10. This positional symmetry has allowed them to dovetail perfectly. They showcased this lethal rapport against Liverpool when Amad played a sublime, outside-of-the-boot pass to Mbeumo for the crucial early goal. Amad's defensive duties have increased, but the small price of slightly reduced personal metrics is more than compensated by facilitating Mbeumo's swift, sensational integration. Mbeumo is fast emerging as the best value for money signing of the summer, with his explosive pace and clinical finishing complementing Amad's vision and tireless work rate. The understanding between them, which Amad himself noted, has grown from the pitch to their relationship off it, is the engine driving United's upturn. If one doesn't break the lines, the other will. They are a constant, dual-pronged threat. And while the upcoming Africa Cup of Nations will test United's depth, if they can simply stay in touching distance of their rivals during that period, this partnership has the quality to propel a sustained title charge through the crucial second half of the campaign. You win titles with defense, and while the attacking flair grabs the headlines, the foundation of this resurgence is the solidity provided by Matthijs de Ligt. Amorim has generally favored the Netherlands international ahead of Harry Maguire in the heart of the back three. And for good reason. De Ligt is playing like a man acutely aware of the stakes and the expectation placed upon him. His dominance in both ground and aerial duels is second to none, but it's his tactical awareness and emergent leadership skills that have truly transformed the backline. He acts as the defensive quarterback, commanding the line, stepping out to intercept, and dictating the tempo from deep. His composure on the ball is vital for bypassing the initial press and starting the 3-4-3's attacking transitions. In the past, United's defense could be rattled. Under pressure, they would fracture. With De Ligt anchoring the three, supported by the tactical intelligence of his partners, that vulnerability is replaced by a stoic resilience. Against the top teams, this defensive bedrock is the non-negotiable minimum, and De Ligt is delivering far beyond that, making the team feel structurally safe in a way they haven't in years. The numbers don't lie. The concession rate has plummeted in recent weeks, signaling that the defensive unit has finally clicked. Title challenges are won not just by the starting 11, but by the depth of the squad. The summer saw significant changes, with new part owners Ineos backing Amorim's vision for a complete rebuild. The signings weren't just about filling gaps. They were about securing players who fit the specific demands of the 3-4-3 system. Alongside Mbeumo, the arrivals of Matheus Cunha and Benjamin Sesko have transformed the entire front line. Cunha offers a relentless work rate and tactical flexibility, capable of playing centrally or off the main striker, creating chaos for opposition defenders. Sesko, meanwhile, provides the physical focal point and a clinical edge that has been missing. This new front line is completely different from last season's, offering variety, pace, and, most importantly, goals from multiple sources. The previous reliance on one or two key attackers has been distributed across a dynamic trio and the supporting wingbacks. Even in the midfield, the options are plentiful, allowing Amorim to rotate without a significant drop in quality. The depth ensures that injuries or inevitable drops in form won't derail the campaign, something that plagued the club in previous years. The Red Devils now possess a squad that can comfortably compete on three fronts, or, in the case of a title run, dedicate full resources to the league, knowing that the bench is stacked with genuine game changers. This is the hallmark of a champion-elect squad. While missing out on European competition, was painful and embarrassing for a club of United's stature. It has proven to be a monumental blessing in disguise for the Premier League campaign. The absence of midweek European football, the grueling travel, the intense pressure, and the rotational strain it imposes gives Ruben Amorim a decisive, unparalleled advantage over their rivals, Arsenal, Manchester City, and Liverpool. This isn't just about rest, it's about a full week on the training pitch between games. This crucial time allows Amorim to meticulously drill his complex tactical system, address specific opponent weaknesses, and implement the small positive changes and improvements that he values so highly. It provides a platform for a full reset every week. For a squad adapting to a new manager and a new formation, this consistent, dedicated training time is invaluable. While rivals are flying back from Madrid or Milan on a Thursday morning, United's players are recovering and preparing for the weekend. This differential in preparation and physical output will accumulate, turning into a significant advantage over the course of the season, especially during the packed winter schedule and the critical run-in come spring. This quiet, logistical edge could be the difference maker, allowing United to approach every Premier League fixture with optimal fitness, tactical clarity, and maximum intensity. Finally, and perhaps most intangibly, is the seismic shift in mentality. Manchester United's past struggles were defined by fragility, by a team that folded under pressure and lacked the belief to grind out ugly wins. That chapter is closed. Amorim's side has demonstrated a newfound, steel-spined resilience, marked by statement victories over direct rivals like Chelsea and, crucially, Liverpool. The ability to win when not playing their best, a classic hallmark of champions, has returned. The late goals, the dogged defensive displays when under the cosh, and the refusal to accept anything less than 3 points all point to a fundamental psychological shift. This is not the passive, reactionary United of old. This is a proactive, front-foot, aggressive unit. The team is now harnessing the momentum of positive results, turning a mini resurgence into a genuine, unstoppable wave. The noise, the atmosphere, and the belief have returned to Old Trafford. The players are fighting for the badge, for the manager, and for the chance to silence the doubters who wrote them off. This potent mix of tactical clarity, new blood, strategic advantage, and the rediscovered never-say-die spirit is the final, compelling piece of the puzzle. The Premier League is arguably the most demanding football competition in the world. It requires quality, depth, luck, and an iron will. This season, for the first time in a generation, Manchester United possesses all four. The title will be a ferocious battle, but with Ruben Amorim's genius, the lethal Mbeumo Amad partnership, the defensive assurance of De Ligt, the transformed depth, and the invaluable advantage of a clear, weekly schedule, the impossible is now the improbable, and the improbable is becoming the inevitable. This is more than a promising start. This is a sustained, structurally sound title challenge. This is why Manchester United can and will shock the Premier League. The time for waiting is over. The Red Devils are back.